Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. First, I wanted to say thank you and appreciate all your support, all your understanding, and being patient with me, as I know my voice can sound pretty rough at times. I'm still battling the Lymes, and some of the medicine is battling it makes you feel even worse. In any event, today we are going to be covering two brothers that went hiking. Now, this took place down in February of 2022 in California, and it is in Sierra County. Now, these two brothers were relatively experienced. They had parked their car in one area. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the two brothers had decided to take, two different routes back to the vehicle. Unfortunately, one of them never returned. The two brothers had started this hike on a Saturday towards the Sierra Buttes Lookout, which is a roughly 5-mile hike out and back. The trail takes nearly 3 hours to complete. They had left early in the morning. They became separated when returning back to their vehicle. And all this is according to the Sierra County Sheriff's Office that eventually got involved. The Sheriff's Office immediately sprung into action, also bringing in the U.S. Forest Service as well as the Sierra City Fire Department. At this point, there was still snow on the ground, so they were using snowmobiles as well as helicopters to aid in the search. The search, however, stopped around 8 p.m. on Saturday. Then they recontinued the search on Sunday morning with additional help from various other agencies such as the California Highway Patrol, the Air National Guard, and rescue teams from all across Northern California that had sent volunteers to aid in this search. For those of you that may not be aware, a little background on the Sierra Buttes: it is an 8,591 foot in elevation, or 2,619 meter mountain summit located in the Sierra Nevada mountain range, which is in Sierra County, California. It is the third highest point in Sierra County, following that of the ridge of Mount Lola. The Sierra Buttes are set on land managed by mostly Tahoe National Forest, within the North Yuba River watershed. The summit is situated 2 miles or 3.2 kilometers north of Sierra City, and is approximately 70 miles or 110 kilometers northeast of Sacramento. Buttes out west are located all over. They are flat-top, steep-sided towers of rocks. They were created through the process of erosion, the gradual weighing away of earth by water, wind, and ice. Buttes were once part of a flat, elevated area of land masses known as plateaus. That's just a little background on them. In this particular case, these young men were hiking in the Sierra Buttes. As always, these pictures and maps are all from and in the area that we are discussing. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. As stated earlier, this is known to be a very challenging hike. It is roughly 4.8 miles round trip. It takes generally before 3 or 4 hours to complete. It is unclear why the two brothers decided to separate and go back to one of the vehicles. It's possible that one of them wasn't feeling well or had become tired. They had left very early in the morning to complete this trip. Once the older brother reached the car and realized that his brother, 36-year-old Samuel Jones, who was originally from Truckee, wasn't there, obviously his brother called the police. He also went back up the trail to try and look for his brother on his own. However, Jones was nowhere to be found at that point. This is how originally in the beginning of the video I stated that this massive search and rescue got started. These SAR, these authorities, everyone who was involved, the National Guard, the National Forest Service, they all put an amazing amount of effort into this search. They had the California Highway Patrol helicopter looking. They were out on snowmobiles. Snowmobiles can be very dangerous just by themselves when there's heavy snow. This is an actual area personally that I'm very familiar with. I've hiked in and around this area many times and spent a lot of time in and around Sierra City. It is quite beautiful. However, the hikes can be quite dangerous. Now, here is a picture of a map where the arrow is, because unfortunately, early on the afternoon of Sunday, February 6, 2022, early in the afternoon, unfortunately, they did locate the remains of the hiker from a ridge above Young American Lake, which I have an arrow here pointing towards to give you an idea of where that was. They had rescue climbers and members of the California Highway Patrol that were originally the ones that notified the people on the ground that they had most likely found the remains. Once the teams on the grounds reached that location, they discovered the remains, and they said that based on the evidence, what they found, it was most likely that Samuel Jones had died from a fall from the ridgeline. After the recovery of the remains, the Sierra County Sheriff's Office said that Samuel Jones, 36, was confirmed to be the remains that they had found near Young America Lake, which is located just north of Highway 49 near Sierra City. Apparently, from what they saw, Jones reportedly had died from injuries from some kind of a fall that most likely happened the Saturday night before they had found him. It's impossible to tell what happened. He might have just slipped and fell. He might have been trying to take a picture, or there could have been a little rock slide or mudslide in the air. Remember, there is a lot of snow melt going on. Now, this was back in the middle of February, so it wasn't as much as we are now experiencing all over the country, but these are things you always want to be aware of. I'm in no way saying that this was his fault or could have been, and this is just a terrible, terrible tragedy. These are just pictures of in and around the area that we've been discussing, just to help you give a better idea of the area. And I can't imagine two brothers going out hiking for a trip which they thought they might be back in 3 or 4 hours, then one of them just never returning, getting lost, not being able to find his way back to his vehicle. It's possible that he climbed up to the top of that ridge because he couldn't find his vehicle. Maybe he was looking for a higher point of view so that he could find the vehicle. And unfortunately, from my research, he had no way of contacting his brother. This is why I always recommend SATCOM devices. I think they are an absolutely invaluable piece of gear. However, that's always going to be up to you. My heart and prayers and everything goes out to him, family, his loved ones. Of course, I want to dedicate this video to Samuel Jones, his brother, his family, everyone that knew and loved him is missing him, and I just hope and pray that you will find peace and closure. I also wanted to say that thanks and thoughts and prayers to all the rescue teams and all the search and rescue people, authorities, the different authority groups that got involved to try and help bring Samuel back. My thoughts and prayers go out to you as well. Thank you all for watching. As always, it really means so much to me. I really appreciate all your support, your feedback, your comments. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me to the end. I just wanted to say thank you once again for all your support, for all those that have made donations. It just warms my heart. I appreciate it so much. If you would like to make a donation and it's something you can afford, please only do it if you can afford it. All my contact is in the description, my Venmo, my PayPal, my P.O. Box, or if you want to make a case suggestion or have calendar submissions for next year's calendar. I've already gotten some of your submissions and they're absolutely beautiful. I have started returning emails, so I'll be working on those as well. Like I said, I've been doing taxes, which have been crazy and just killing me this year. I'm also trying to get caught up on my work for my full-time job, so I appreciate you all being patient with the upload schedule. If you have any suggestions, please email me. I'll have that in the description. I know I'm not feeling well these days. I just wanted to send a picture saying hello, and I really appreciate all of you all. You guys are all the best, and I always look forward to hearing from you. So please reach out, whether it's via a comment or a message, with any of your feedback, case suggestions. You guys are just as much of part of this channel as I am. You make it all worth it. I love hearing from you. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next one, and thanks again for all your support.